It's you and me, no place I'd rather be. Ding dong, hello, let's make this house a home.
Welcome back to Spencer and Sarah's house.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm making myself dinner tonight.
What are you making?
It's like a coconut curry dumpling thing. I don't know. I found it very randomly on I'm in like a weird Instagram moment where I click on a food video and I'm like, damn, I think I can make that, save, and then scroll and I'm like, ooh, and then I just keep going down like a food rabbit hole. So it was like a random 20-minute recipe I found, and I have intense kitchen fear and I fucking can't stand cooking, but Burger cooks for me all the time and he's such a good cook, and he's like, I don't mind, like I love cooking for you, blah blah. And it's so sweet, but I just sit there being like, I feel like I need to give back. Like I feel so lazy. And like it's probably better for my wallet and my body if I make food for myself. So I'm trying to build a repertoire. So I'm trying it tonight. I have to buy a few more ingredients today, but we'll see. So pray for me, I guess.
Hell yeah, let me know how it works out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it seemed pretty easy. I'm just now realizing though I don't really have like a good knife for like cutting onions. I usually just use a butter knife and pray. It works.
Sure.
But I'm like, I guess I need to invest in like actual like gear,
Yeah.
kitchen gear.
So true.
I'm just rough. But other than that, I'm doing good. I'm excited to try cooking. I'm gonna have a sparkly adult snack and do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? You look so cozy and you're over the garden wall.
Thanks.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm good. Very cozy. I've replaced my studs, so now I have two nose rings.
Adorable.
There they are. Two little hoops
So
now.
close.
Yeah.
Hi.
um, I I had like a pimple when I had my stud in. There was like a pimple by the stud, and then I think it like kind of became infected. I'm not sure. So then I put in the hoop, and like that started to like make it more infected. So I've been like putting stuff on it, which is making it better. Which is thank God, because I was like, I don't want to lose this piercing. I'll be so sad. Um, so that's getting better, and I'm just really happy having two hoops. It feels like I've reached my final form with my nose, which is nice.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Thanks.
Well, in the spirit of we're just gonna talk about whatever we want, this episode's a rambling episode.
Rambling.
Rambling around, just talking about what comes to mind. I
Hell
want to go
yeah.
down this piercing route real quick because I used to have a belly button piercing, and then I was in a show that required me to be in like what would you call it? Like a flight rig. Like I had to wear a harness, they flew me around. And I had like horrible visions of like, what if my harness gets caught in my piercing and like yanks it out of my body? So I took it out, didn't put it back in for a year, and then I got it re-pierced, and then I took it out to change the jewels, and I couldn't put it back in. So now I just have like a hole where my piercing was, and it's so weird to me. So I'm thinking of getting it re-pierced again and having my belly button piercing back, because I'm just like, I hate looking down and it's just like a little extra belly button. So weird.
That's funny. How does that feel getting your belly button pierced?
The first time I got it pierced, I used to describe it. It was like the worst amount of pain I ever have been in, but for the shortest amount of time. Like it's over so quick. But it is like a very I don't know. It's like hard because it's over so quick, but like it's like so scary because it feels like my guts are right there, you know?
Yeah.
And
Literally.
and they tell you like they're always gonna lie to you about the countdown because they don't want you to tense your like
Oh.
muscles, you know,
Yeah.
even though it's just going through your skin. But like when my guy did it for me, he was like, just I'll count down, but just try not to tense. And he took me by surprise on purpose to make sure I wasn't like tensing. But the second time around was fine. They just like they have like this tool to like measure how like whatever the gauge of the piercing was at the time. And it's just like a little stick, and they just like put it through, and then they just like re-pierce you. So the second time was a lot easier. It was more like pressure than pain. But yeah. I don't know.
Nice.
I miss it so much. And then I really want to get like some more ear piercings. I love this guy, but I really would like to change her out because it kind of hurts to sleep on a hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to do like something new in my this is
Date.
my tragus or my date. Yeah, my date piercing has been in there forever, but I don't know how to take it out.
I want to get one of those too.
Yeah, I really like it, and I feel like I don't remember this one at all. Like I remember all my other piercings, but like I think the date was pretty fine, honestly. But like the one I had in here was bad. I kind of want to get that one back though, and then change my upper hoop. Like this was my conch, I think. Yeah, so I don't have my conch anymore. I want my conch back, and then I have a hoop on my upper left ear that I want to change to like a cool stud or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I like want to go into a piercing shop and just be like, someone do it for me, and then tell me how to do it, because I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get my date done, which I think I might do for my birthday, and then I want to get my tragus, which is that little flimsy little lobe by the earlobe. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get like a little sword, like a little dagger piercing right there. That'd be cute.
Yeah, I know someone who has like a piercing for like your regular lobe earring where it looks like a sword, like sheath.
Gone
So like
through it.
yeah, so you can see like the actual blade like through like coming through your earlobe, and then it's like the handle of the sword like rests right on your earlobe, like Sword and Stone style.
So cool.
I'm like, I want that so bad.
Hell yeah. My sister got me dragon earrings for Christmas, which is like the front is the dragon like head and neck, and then the back is like the wings and the tail. It's really cool.
What? That sounds so cool. Oh my god. I love having fun, crazy earrings. I really want a pair. Like the one reason I want to keep the hoop is like I like those pairs where it's like there's a piercing in your lobe and then there's like a chain that connects to a different piercing on your ear.
Yeah.
So I really like those kind of things, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm in. If a piercing's not like weighing down my earlobe, I don't want to wear it.
I just got some new piercings today because there was at the park nearby me, they were doing a craft fair. And I got these, it's like made out of clay, and it's like a sun charm and then like a little clay block underneath it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I thought they were really nice, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna buy these." They like called them like oopsie earrings because I guess they weren't made the way she wanted them to be, so they were only £5, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take those."
Oh, that's so smart. Like, what a good way to like not waste product.
Yeah, absolutely.
I live for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone makes these. I'm trying to find a pair though. I like really long dangly ones, and I want one that's like all the planets, like on like a chain, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love celestial themed ones. I love looking like a space princess.
Yes, absolutely. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Man, I just love earrings.
They're great.
Yeah, I really want to get a tattoo too. My sister got one. She's actually in London with Sarah right now. Not with Sarah.
Woo!
On the same continent as Sarah. I'm so jealous. And she got a tattoo, and I'm like, man, I'm so jonesing. I really want to like add more to my sleeve so bad.
Me too. Do you know what are you wanting to get next?
I just have so many in the bank. Like I have an over the garden wall one. I usually try to, if I still want it a year from when I first was thinking about it, then I know I'm going to be happy with having it on my body. So like there's like a bunch that have now been in my brain for like several years. Like I really want so my sister and I were going to get like the pumpkin heads from over the garden wall, but like have the tattoo artist design them to look like us. Like what would our Pottsfield pumpkin head look like? So I wanted that one. And then I really want an owl house tattoo, but I don't know what it is yet. So that's not on my roster, I guess, really. And then Jurassic Park has been on my mind forever. It's my favorite book, my favorite movie. And in the book, I think we've talked about this. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but like in the start of each, like the book is split into sections, and at the start of each one, it's like you learn a little bit more about chaos theory, and they draw it. It's like a bunch of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like squares, and it like is shifting constantly, and it gets like crazier and bigger as the book goes on. And so I'd really love to do something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I have like a million ideas. And now I'm like, do I want a Gilmore Girls one? I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Right. But it's hard to know because the last season of Gilmore Girls makes me so mad. So I'm like, am I going to be happy with it? I don't know. I'm sitting on board for a while.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. That's where I'm at. Do you want any more tattoos?
So many. I think my next one will probably be when I go to Sweden for midsummer this year. I think we're planning to go get tattoos. So I might get my ABBA tattoo, my Mamma Mia tattoo, which will be the ABBA boots on my arm. And then I want to get the Wheel of Fortune tarot on my shoulder, but I want it to be in the shape of a Ferris wheel. To like kind of like symbolize Chicago and London because they both have a Ferris wheel, and that's like my favorite tarot card about like even though there's ups there will be downs. When there's downs it will go up again and all of that. So I want to get that on my shoulder, but I want it to be really intricate, and I think I want it to be like I want all of the pieces of the card to be relevant to me, I guess, and to have meaning to me. So it's kind of figuring out what that will be outside of like the Ferris wheel itself.
Yeah, okay. I love that idea. That's so
Yeah.
I was just talking to my roommate about like how it's funny how addicting tattoos are. Would you agree, considering how painful they are?
So addicting. Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is weird. Especially I thought when I got my latest one on my forearm, I was like, this might be the one that makes me question getting tattoos again because I was worried it was going to be so painful. And then it wasn't. And I was like, this was the easiest thing I've ever done. I'm going to have to do more. I thought this would deter me. No, not at all.
I was kind of trying to put it in a way that didn't sound self-destructive. But I was like, it's almost satisfying to me because like, when I get stressed or down on myself, I'm like, I just want to like tear my face off. Like I'm stressing, like, and it's almost like it's the perfect like representation of the type of like ick I feel. And so it almost feels like a release because it's like, yeah, like fucking hurt me. Like I want to be stronger after this. Like
it does.
Like,
it really does.
Therapy almost because it's like good pain. I don't know.
I fully agree. I don't
know how to say that in like a way that's not like super weird and like trying to validate pain, but like it's just like I don't know, like it feels like a release in a way where I'm just like, yeah, take it all and like replace it with something beautiful and awesome. I guess. Yeah.
I fully agree to that.
Yeah, does that make sense? Like I don't know. I don't want to be like glorifying anything that's bad, but like yeah, there's just something about the hurt that like helps, I guess. Especially like all my tattoos like kind of have some type of like meaning to me. And so like when I got my grandma's tattoo, like it was so painful, but like at the end I was like, now I have her here for like ever though. Like it like felt like it like just feels so worth it. Like it's meaningful.
Yes. Yeah.
Full struggle. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like having the meaning behind it and being like having the end result of that, like pain or whatever, like it just makes it like worth it too. It's like, oh yeah, like this is a part of me now. I love it. Oh
yes. And I almost feel like it proves to me like I can deal with things too. Like it makes me feel strong that I can endure it because like there are times where I'm like, we might need to stop here, but like then when I push through I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'm so strong, like I can withstand so much, like I'm proud of me.
Yeah, I agree. I did see recently, I came across a TikTok of Pete Davidson on like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, and he's getting his tattoos removed.
Right.
Which was like that. I was like, that sounds first of all terrible because that's an even worse process than getting them. But yeah, Yeah, he made this comment that like has stuck with me and has made me like doubt myself, but I'm like annoyed that it stuck with me because he was like, I've decided to be an adult and get my tattoos removed, and I went, huh? And, and it was like an offhand comment, but I was like, is it not adult to have tattoos? And then I started to be like, will I not want tattoos down the line? And I was like, no, you can't. I was like, you can't make that. Can't have those doubts.
Maybe he's just removing like the tattoos that are like, sometimes people get like the weirdest shit for no reason.
He gives that vibe. Like he just like covered his arm in random stuff.
Yeah, which is like, if you're happy with that, power to you. But sometimes I'm like, I'm curious to know why certain people get like certain tattoos. You know what I mean? Like, there are people with like troll doll tattoos, or like it's just like weird shit, and you're just like, ooh. If you're happy with it, great. But if you got it just because you're like, I want a tattoo and I want to be cool, like, of course you're not gonna be happy with it. Like a few years later,
Yeah.
I just thought of a better analogy to the one I was trying to make too. It's like, it reminds me of like how I feel when I go to hot yoga, where I'm just like, this fucking sucks. Like I'm sweating, it feels awful, but I'm also like, this is how I want it to feel though when I feel bad. Like I want to feel like I'm literally getting rid of my toxins as it goes. Like it's like that kind of feeling that's addicting to me. It's like I'm literally like, I'm withstanding something and like knowing I'm strong and I get something beautiful at the end of it. Like it's like, this is exactly the kind of like hurt I'm willing to endure for this sort of deal, I guess. Yeah, it's so weird to describe because it is literally like so painful. Like it's so awful.
What's the spot that's hurt the worst for you with your tattoos?
The top of my foot, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first tattoo I ever got when I was 18. It was supposed to just be like on this little bit of my ankle. And he was like, no, like, let's do something cool all along your foot. And it felt like he was using like a fork and just like carving it into my skin. I was like, this is fucking painful.
God.
Which I think it's because it's on all these bones and tendons and stuff. But like when I got my ribs tattooed, I could have napped through it. Like it was like so fine. Like I was like, whatever, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with like, I think it might be like tendons, because I had the back of my ankles tattooed, like where my Achilles.
Yeah, your Achilles.
That whole tendon, that was one of the most painful I've had. I was like, that shit hurt so, like that was having me question if I wanted to get tattoos ever again. I was like, I hate this.
Yeah. I think it depends on like what they're doing too. Like it's weird. So like on this one, like anytime he'd go like down with the line, like this outline, going down my arm hurts so bad. But like when he'd do a rounding or just he was like making the shape, like I wonder if there's something to do with like how it's moving in your skin also. And like I know the color, if you get color in your tattoo, that's usually like 3 needles instead of 1. I can't remember why. Or it's like something to do with like how like that, it's like a slightly different tool. It's like I feel like color hurts the most also because they're just like ding 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 ding, like I just gotta get that color in there. Whereas a line, at least you're like, okay, I know it's gonna end in a certain spot, but instead they're just like, wee.
Yeah. That's true.
Fuck me, this hurts.
Yeah, my Totoro, what would be my Totoro? My Totoro and my D20, which are both like on the inside of my arms. Those ones are very like tender and spicy. I was like, ooh, but because it's just like line work, I was like, I know it'll be done soon because it's small and simple and it'll be fine. But I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Yes. Ugh. I just want a million of them.
I want to be covered.
I want to be covered in tattoos. Yeah. I think I really just want to do a sleeve, but like I'm really inspired by Julian Solomita's sleeve, where it's just like it isn't like one cohesive thing, but it all kind of just like, yeah, it kind of goes together still. So I'd love to do something like that and then just like fill in the middle bits with like whatever.
Yeah. That's what on my arm with my Over the Garden Wall tattoo, I want to get like big things and then like fill in that with like some floral thing down the line. And then on my left, I'll just keep doing patches until it's all filled up, which I'm excited about.
Hell yeah. Totally. I think I'm also a fan of like, and as an actor, I feel like I've had to think about this a lot too, where it's like, I like being able to see my tattoos. But I also like having them in a spot where like I could pretty easily hide them also for like gigs and stuff. So like
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd ever get like a back tattoo or like something I couldn't see, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Though I came across a really cool tattoo. I don't think I'd ever get it, but it looked really cool on the back. It was like it was like a skeleton's hand that was like across the person's back. So like the hand was like gripping the back of the the back of
Ooh.
the neck, and like the skeleton arm was up the spine, and it just looked so cool. I was like, that looks awesome.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's not that I don't think back tattoos are cool. It's just I like being able to easily be like, oh, there it is, you know, like
Yeah,
and look at it. Like I don't have
I
to, I
agree.
don't like having to be in the mirror like, where's my tattoo?
That's what even my Lore Olympus one's like on the back, and I have to be like, hello.
Yeah, I kind of like being able to just like, how are you guys doing today? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also don't think I'd be able to do like neck. Like something about that feels so vulnerable. I don't know how people do it. I'd be so scared. Be like, just be careful, just be careful.
Yeah, I think if I was to go extreme, I'd probably do like just a little bit. Like
Mm.
like how in in Akatar Rhysand's things like kind of show through his collar, like just a little.
Teeny bit. Just teeny bit.
Though when I was back in Chicago, I was getting such this like feeling of like love for Chicago, and I really want to get the Chicago Stars tattooed on me, and I was like, I really just want to get them tattooed just down my neck. I was like, I would love that, but I was like, no, let's calm down a little.
So when you're back in Chicago, you feel it?
Yep,
Another
just
version
right.
of you?
So much, so much.
I love that song. I've
Such a
started
good song.
timing it where like I want to when the next time I go back, I want to be listening to it right as I land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
love the idea of getting the Chicago Stars. That's really cute.
Yeah, I'll probably get that somewhere. We'll see.
I love you, Chicago. I miss you, Chicago.
You're the best.
It's so good there. I was just explaining Brewer's never been, and we were listening to that song, and I was like jamming out, and he was like, "Do you just like freak out every time you hear someone reference Chicago?" Because there was also a show we were watching. Oh, we were talking about how Invincible is the new season of Invincible is out, and they had a fight in Chicago at one point. And he's like, "Were you just losing your mind?" I was like, "Yes," because I love that city, and I feel like people are so mean to Chicago. They're like, I hate the like Chirac thing that everybody calls it. That bothers me so much. And I hate they're like, it's like so dangerous. I'm like, it's like anywhere. Like there's crime everywhere, and you just have to be like aware. But like the people in Chicago are so awesome. Like that Midwest love of just like, it's so abrasive, but it's just because everybody's like, we're in this together. So like, don't be a moron. Like we're all, you know, let's just take care of each other, and like no one really beats around the bush, and it's just such a great city. And I forget it's like a water city. Like we literally have water taxis because of the river. Like
Yeah.
it's like
It's great. It's got it all.
it really does. So walkable. I was telling Brewer, I never used my car in the city unless I was driving back to the suburbs to visit my family. And even then I could have just hopped a train and been there. So it's like
Yeah.
I love how mobile it is, and I miss you,
It's great.
Chicago.
It's so good.
You're so beautiful. And I was telling him it's like LA is weird to me because in Chicago they try still so hard to incorporate nature. Like I feel like every street always has trees, or like there's always a huge park nearby. Like you're never like really far away from it. Whereas here it's like it's so concrete and like metal, and like, I have palm trees out my window right now, but like that's not like I'm in downtown. Like I don't even know, you know what I mean? It's just like I just miss Chicago so much.
I agree.
I miss the food.
Yeah.
What food do you miss the most from Chicago?
Portillo's, just hot dogs. Crab rangoons. Those don't exist over here.
What?
Yeah, crab rangoons are an American thing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, where from? Like, I can still get crab rangoons out here, but there's some
Just
crab rangoons
general.
that just can't be beat from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably if it was like Chicago specifically, probably hot dogs then.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss hot dogs. I miss Lou Malnati's pizza. Yeah. Fuck. And I miss Sarah and I used to live where like literally right behind a sushi joint. Like we used to just go out our back stairs. Like we had a we were on the top floor, so we would just take the stairs down, come out of our alley, and like it was right there. Like we basically shared an alley with them. And it was so cute. It was small, and they would give you a bunch of just free like appetizers. Like we used to get like little edamame and like tempura. Like they would just like give it to you, and it was bring your own beer, so you could just like bring a bottle of wine with you. Ah, and then
You
the
get
sushi.
cute little cookies at the end.
Yes, you got such good cookies, and it was right down the street, or like right down the. No, yeah, it was on the same street. We also used to go to that karaoke place right by us too. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was awesome. It was so well priced. It was huge.
Yeah.
Stumble home.
That was so good. There was also on that same street, there was a Colombian restaurant that my parents and I would go to when they'd come. So fucking good. I miss all the different dishes and cuisine out there. Mexican food doesn't exist really over here, or it's not good.
Wow, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely had good food out here. Like the seafood out here in LA is very good, but, like by the ocean. So it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But man, otherwise it's just like I miss Chicago food. I miss Chicago prices.
Yeah.
Just like so sad. Yeah, Portillo's is the hardest one. The closest one to me is Anaheim, which is like a good hour away. It's like I have to be willing to give up an entire day just to go to Portillo's, which I'll do. But
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh, so good. I recently had this craving for hot dogs, but it was like the kind of hot dog you'd go to like a sports park, a ballpark. What do they call it? A sports park.
A baseball stadium?
No, not a stadium, but like a neighborhood park where you'd have like baseball fields.
It's like a baseball field. Okay.
Yeah. I miss like the hot dogs they would sell at those stands that were like small and really red hot dogs that like probably are the worst for you, but those are so good.
Yeah, I agree. I think in terms of like hot dogs for me, it's like Portillo's. The hot dogs I would get at the White Sox Stadium. I don't remember. Is it US Cellular Field now? I can't remember what it's called anymore because it's named after fucking stupid shit, whatever the sponsor is.
Yeah.
And then Gene and Jude's. Like, I just.
Yeah. So freaking good.
I know. I also had a really good hot dog in Florida once. Well, I can just say my grandparents used to live in this like I guess it was a retirement community. You know, it was like a, whatever, old people in Florida, you know. And they had a snack bar at the pool, and they would make this like hot dog, but they would split the hot dog itself so it was like folded out and grilled. So then you could like sprinkle all your onions and pickles and shit like in the actual hot dog. And then when you smushed it, it was more sandwich like. And it was that was actually really good. But no, Portillo's and the White Sox hot dog takes the cake for me.
Hell yeah.
And the White Sox beer. A baseball beer in Illinois is so.
Hell yeah.
Goddamn. Isn't it funny too? Because I feel like growing up, I was like, the only thing I would miss from Illinois is my family. Like I like this state is like I feel so like I'm stuck in the Midwest, and now that I'm out here, I'm like I would give anything to be able to like teleport back and forth. Like there's so much I miss.
So true. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
It in a package.
I love I'm gonna keep saying I love a million times.
I love for all. I love
when artists mention Chicago, and but then I feel like I get very like protective or defensive over those songs. So when people share like that song and I'm like, this is not even about Chicago. Like this isn't even like you've taken it out of context and it doesn't mean anything anymore. And I'm always like, no.
Yeah, get out of here. And I feel like now that I can actually say I was like a Chicagoan because like I lived there, whenever like I am so gatekeepy with like my fellow Illinoisans. Like when people are like, I'm from Chicago, and I'm like, you're from Bolingbrook, you fucking liar. Get the fuck out of here. We're like barely the Chicago suburbs. Don't do that. It drives me so nuts. They're like, it's Chicago, and it's like like Aurora or something. It's like you're just a little north now. Okay.
Yeah.
Drives me so nuts.
That's one of the first Americans I met over here at work. I was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he was like, "Chicago." And I was like, "No way, Chicago." I was like, "I'm from Chicago." And then and he was like, "Oh." He was like, "Well, I'm actually from Ohio." And I was like, "You son of a bitch." But I think it's because over here, people don't have a concept of any states. So they know New York, they know Florida, they know Chicago, Texas, and LA. That's it.
Yeah.
So like the closest thing he could say is Chicago for them to understand where he was from. But it was just so funny. I was like, "You've been caught immediately." So funny.
Ugh, that bothers me. Even here in the US, people are like that too, though. You know what I mean? Like out here, if somebody asked me, like I just had this recently happen at like this really cute little restaurant I go to where we were just chatting with this girl, the cashier, while we were doing our order, and she was like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago," and I immediately went, "Me too. Where are you really from?" Because yeah, people just would rather be like, "I'm from Chicago" because it's easier, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm from like I don't know, Evanston or something," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, Naperville, yeah, I know what you mean," because it's just easier than being like. But yeah, as soon as I meet someone who's also from Illinois, I'm like, "But for real, where are you really from? You know, I want to know."
Yeah.
You can tell me. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. It's just so much easier. But there's something about I am much more forgiving of someone who's actually from Illinois and saying Chicago than someone who's from a whole other fucking state. That's crazy. Just say Ohio at that point.
Yeah, that was really funny. I was like, American to American, I'll know.
I know what you mean.
I'll know what you mean.
Yeah.
So funny. He just wanted to sound cool. And I was like, nah, I've got you.
That's the other thing. Yeah, like because like, I mean, you don't have the accent. I feel like he could have safely assumed you were American and just said Ohio. So the fact that he chose to still say Chicago, that's such bullshit. Let's go fight him.
Ready. We're coming for you.
How dare you. Yeah. No, I get super upset about it too. So I'm like, I'm not a Chicagoan, but I will defend people who say they're from there. Or I will come after people who say they're from there and aren't from there. It's like, kid, don't you do it.
Absolutely.
Stop it right now. Oh, man.
Spencer and Sarah's House can be listened to on all podcast streaming platforms as well as watched on YouTube. You can find Spencer and Sarah on Instagram and TikTok at @SASHousePod, SAS House Pod. For bonus content like our Book Corner episodes, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/SASHousePod. Thanks for listening and supporting us. Now back to the episode.
I don't know if we talked about this on camera, did we? Severance? Or were we talking about that separately?
I think we did talk about this on camera.
Fully? We did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I just wanted to talk about it again. I was having the craziest dreams last night after watching it because we were up to like 11:30 watching the first 3 episodes, and I was just having insane dreams of being the innie, and I was like, oh god, like, I was so stressed. Yeah, it reminds me of like Black Mirror, that episode with John Hamm where they do like the extraction, right? And then they make like the fake little tech person, you know, and they just have like no choice because all they know is to like serve themselves. But like the real you wouldn't understand. Yeah, it's just such a strange concept. And then there's this episode of Rick and Morty where like they go to a spa and it like removes their toxins, but the toxins are sentient. Like it's like all the worst qualities of them. So then I was saying to Brewer, I was like, what if that's what's happening? It's like, because like, I mean, obviously not with Mark, because he's still depressed outside of work. But is it like, are they just like, let's put all, or is it like we're taking all your best qualities and putting them in your innie so that good and honest work is getting done, and then you yourself are just left with the bad shit? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to keep watching it.
It's so good. Yeah, I'm caught up, so now I have to wait like every week for a new episode to come out. I'm not used to doing that, but I'm enjoying taking my time with this one.
Yeah, I can't wait to figure out like what they're doing. Like, because then I was saying to Brewer, I was like, it's weird to me though that like my current theory is like, because I thought they had mentioned something where like Mark was also seeing a therapist outside of like his Audi was seeing a therapist separately, but maybe I had misunderstood that. But I was like, they mentioned it at some point like, oh, I thought Lumen was in medical field. I thought it was in the technology field. So I was like, are they just trying to like my theory is like this code they're going through and like the numbers appearing like scary to the refiner or whatever. I'm like, are they going through like their own DNA and like learning to like, this is the part of me that doesn't want to work, and like basically helping to create like a formula of how to create people who are like happy to be at work all the time. Like,
That's interesting.
I can't wait to find out more because I'm just like, what the fuck? What makes a number scary?
Yeah, I love the brother-in-law actor. He's like, cause he's the worst, but I love how the actor plays him is so fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's doing it so well because like the way he talks, like he has like a slight like way that he phrases and speaks that I'm like, this is getting under my skin and it's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I hate him. Yeah, like
Yeah.
because like our first interaction with him is when he makes his wife bring Mark to the dinner party so they can basically like parade him around and like, oh, Mark is severed, blah blah blah. God, he is so annoying. I'm like, sometimes that thing bothers me though, because then I'm like, why is she with him? Like, how did this dynamic come to be? Like, I don't even believe this relationship because this person is the worst person. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, he fucking sucks. I hate his guts so much. Yeah, and I don't like Harmony. She bothers me so much.
Harmony?
She's like their manager with the gray hair, who's like also his neighbor.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, she just like broke into his house and stole like Gemma's candle, and I was like, ew, what are you doing in here? Like, get out.
Yeah. Oh.
It's so good, and it's like scary to me.
It's so unsettling.
Yeah, work-life balance. Oy.
Yeah. Just a wild concept.
Oh my god, so wild. And like interesting that like, I don't know, like they know they're working with like, oh sorry, my neighbor just dropped something, I think. What was I gonna say? Oh, like I'm interested to know, what am I trying to say? Like the fact that they all know they're working with something confidential, but they're still being lied to about what they're doing. Like, because right now Mark thinks he works in like the archives department and he's just like filing, but like that's not what he's doing. And like he seems to have taken the job out of necessity. Whereas like when they were kind of showing us Helly's Audi and she was like excited to join, and like when she kept coming out into the staircase and she's like, wow, I really don't want to be in there, do I? Like, what's going on? And the manager guy was like, well, just like remember, like this is important work you're doing. And she's like, you're right. It's like, it's interesting. I want to know more about like the different circumstances as to like why, and like the fact that they're still lying to them about what they're doing. I don't know. It's like really interesting to me.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So cool. Can't wait.
Big fan. Oh.
Yeah. I'm watching that right now. I'm watching Abbott. I'm watching High Potential. I think that's it. My older brother just finished The Penguin, which I was dying for somebody else to watch so I could talk about it. Have you seen it?
No.
It's so good. It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just forget that it's Colin the whole time. I like register it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's so wild. Also, real quick on Severance 2, the first time the credits rolled and I was like, directed by Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he's like the moving force behind the whole show.
I love it. It's amazing. And Christian Walken's in it.
So good. It's so cute.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him. He's like had that moment with Irving where they were like admiring the scary painting in the like therapist's office, and I was like, "Ooh, what the hell?" It's like the founder like attacking people. That's crazy. And then they like ran into them while they were on the way to like the perpetuity department, I think is what
Yeah.
they called it. Yeah. And yeah. Oh, I'm just really loving it. It's so good and it's so crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Oh, I watched Ponyo for the first time last night.
Ah, what'd you think?
I liked it. I think I like the whimsy of it and the magic of it. I think the driving force of like the evil background didn't make any sense. Like that wasn't clear at all, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good. It's cute. It's definitely not one of my favorite Ghibli movies, but I think it's very beautiful. Like I like the way they animate the water and like the soundtrack is pretty. But yeah, it's really like it's funny. Like there's really no villain. Like there's really not high stakes. They're just like 5-year-olds running around in like the Mesozoic era now or whatever that is.
Yes, yeah. They're like, we need your magic for the moons. The moon is coming. I was like, what? Wait, huh? And they're like, we need your magic. We don't need your magic. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah,
But it
it's
was
kind
good.
of like a no stakes movie, but man. Also, I found like a recipe for that like warm honey cinnamon milk drink, and I made it once and it's fucking phenomenal.
Ooh,
I'll share it with you if you want it. It's really good.
yes, please.
It's so easy to make. I was like, oh, this is delicious.
Yay.
Yeah. We should do like a Ghibli ranking one day too. I feel like mine's constantly changing. Right now, I think Porco Rosso is at the top of my list.
Wild.
You seen it?
Yeah. It's low on my list.
I don't know. I just like find it so interesting. Like I love the plane building part. Like ugh, it's so good. I don't know, but usually Mononoke is at the top of my list. I think it's his best one in my opinion.
Yeah, sorry, I'm hearing myself shoot back. I was like, whoa.
Oh, you're echoing.
Yeah, that's okay. I have 6 more Ghibli films to watch, and then I'll have seen them all, which I'm excited about.
What are the 6? Because I just realized I have not seen them all either.
I need to watch, let's see if I can find it. Arrietty's my next one.
That one's pretty good.
And then what's next? Arrietty from Up on Poppy Hill.
Mhm.
And then The Wind Rises.
Oh God.
The Tale of the Princess Kaguya.
Yeah, I have to see that one still.
When Marnie Was There.
Mm-hmm.
And Earwig and the Witch.
Oh yeah, I think I haven't seen Earwig and the Itch. I haven't seen Princess Kaguya. I started Pompoko but never finished it
Don't.
because it sucked. I hated it so much.
It sucks.
Yeah. My Neighbors the Yamadas.
Didn't finish that one either.
Maybe is that all of them? Why do I feel like there's one more? No, right? How many Ghibli movies are there? Oh, there's Boy and the Heron. That's the other one. I have to say that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's on streaming now, so. But yeah, then I think Ghibli movies. Let me see. And then I think that's all of them that I have seen them all at that point. Oh no, Ocean Waves. That's the other one.
That's
Isn't that
list?
Yeah, that isn't.
It is. Yeah, that one's low on my list.
Yeah. Wow, there's actually some of these are shorts. I was like, damn, what the fuck? I haven't even seen that before. Oh yeah, because I don't think only yesterday. That's the other one. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. What's your favorite right now?
My Neighbor Totoro is like my top.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love that one too.
Yeah, that one just like it brings me. I think it's like just this idea of this like giant mythical creature that's watching over you, just like brings me so much comfort and joy.
Yeah. Like the forest is alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also there's like there's usually 3 I oscillate between, which is always like Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and then Kiki. I love Kiki. That actually might for real be my real favorite one. It's just like it sits right in my heart. I love how it's about like finding yourself and your own passion. And I watched it right after I moved out here to LA and just like cried alone in the house because I was like, this is me. I'm Kiki right now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We went to, Bert and I went on a date to this like candlelight concert, and it was like is it a quartet when there's 4? Yeah, quad. So it was like 4. It was like a cello, I think it was 2 violins and then a viola. And they did like the Joe Hisashi. So it was like it was pretty much all Studio Ghibli songs, and then one song he did for a live action movie. And it was so lovely. Like they did the Totoro songs and like
Yay.
it was like but it was like so beautiful and like strings and like it was awesome. It was so wonderful. Such a good date.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
And you've seen the Spirited Away musical, right? Or play?
I've seen, the Spirited Away stage production, which was like the puppetry was really, really good. I'm not like a massive fan of Spirited Away. Like I think it's really good. But I feel like it's not something I'm like, oh, I want to rewatch this. So it's good. But I've also seen they have a Totoro stage production as well. That's the best thing. One of the best things I've ever seen, and it's coming back this March, so I'm gonna see it again because I'm like I have to see it again. And they have like Totoro is there, like it was the fact that Totoro was there, and I went, that's Totoro. Like it was the like when I tell you they
there, and that's Totoro.
That's Totoro. Like so large that the actor could climb up and like rest on his belly like in the film, like. It's the greatest thing ever. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It's so good.
I want to do that so bad. Could you imagine just laying on a big old fluffy Totoro?
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what made me I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a giant Totoro, and I went online to try to buy a giant Totoro. I paid £70 for what I was told was gonna be like a 70 centimeter, like a really big Totoro. It's this big. I basically bought like off of like a sketchy website that I didn't realize was a sketchy website until after I ordered it, and then I was like, oh no, I spent a lot of money on something that would cost $20.
Yeah, so it's like a huggable size Totoro.
It's really small, but very expensive, so he stays with me forever now.
I would really like a beanbag chair if that was like Totoro. That would be ideal. I don't want like a huge Totoro, but I do want like, I feel like that'd be such a good little reading chair.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I had a FaceTime with a friend of mine the other night, and she bought like the TikTok rocker for reading. That was like popular. It was like, I think it was popular like a year or 2 ago. It was like a rocking chair that people were like buying from like TikTok for like reading and stuff.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, but not my new obsession is like this giant like love seat. No, that's like it's a 2-person thing. It's like a God, it like looks like a circle, and it's white and fluffy, and then it has like an ornament attached to it, and it's supposed to be like perfect for like reading.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Yeah, I also want to get this thing I keep seeing where it's like it looks like a music stand but for a book, and it comes with this thing that helps you turn the page and keep it open. And I really want it for like laying down in bed so I can like lay on my back and read.
Yes.
Because I've started having this thing where like I think I'm sleeping like really tense. Because like I wake up and my face hurts from like clenching my jaw, and my sternum hurts from like laying on my side and like yeah. And I'm like
yeah.
Yeah, and then I fell asleep on my back and my stomach the last 2 nights, and I feel like I've never slept better. Like I keep waking up at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, what's going on? And then even though I had my crazy Severance dreams last night, I like woke up on my back like, whoa, like I'm resurfacing. Like, yeah. Are you a back sleeper? Are you a side sleeper? How do you sleep?
I tend to start on my side.
Mm-hmm.
and then I end up on my back, and then I end up back in my. I move around a lot when I sleep, so I'm constantly changing positions. I think recently I've been like on my side, but then I started to like really hurt my shoulder because I think I was like trying to bring this shoulder across my chest while I was sleeping to the point where like I couldn't like move my arm because I was like I'm like breaking my shoulders while I'm sleeping. So I've been trying to sleep on my back more.
Yeah.
Which brings about a better sleep.
Yeah, I want to become like a tummy/back sleeper because I think my side sleeping is like I think I've just been like sleeping in like fetal position. Like I'm really fully like recharging at night, but then I like wake up like so like I'm crunchy. Like I feel the best when I wake up having slept on my back and feel like, like, oh, my head is asleep. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, just
yeah. I love feeling like I'm like, whoa, rising.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God. Yeah. What else? I've started rebuilding my island in Animal Crossing.
Ooh. Have you seen the Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
Yes. I was on the Animal Crossing. This is going to sound so old of me, but I was on the Animal Crossing Facebook group for design code ideas. And someone was like, is anyone playing the Hello Kitty one? And I was like, Hello Kitty what? Because I'm a big Sanrio fan. And I ran to the trailer and was like, oh, fuck me. Now I have another, like, open world game I have to play.
Yeah.
I'm saving up. Because I'm still playing my Sims Kingdom right now, too. Which is, like,
yeah.
Yeah, I have this rule right now with Animal Crossing. Because every time I got mad or, like, unhappy with how my island looked, I would just, like, blow the whole thing up and start over again. Like, from the beginning. Yeah. And I was like, I can't keep doing this because one day my dad was like, which one are you? Because I have 5 different versions of you in my friends list now. And I'm like, So now my new rule is if I don't like something, I have to start over with that area or whatever. I'm not allowed to blow up the island anymore. And I logged on for like the first time in a month yesterday. And I was like, I hate all this. So I'm flattening the whole thing right now. And it's killing me. It's really teaching me my lesson of like be specific, otherwise you're gonna spend 2 hours taking down these cliffs you built. Like sucks. Yeah, what are you playing right now? Anything fun?
Just Dragon Age 4.
Hell yeah.
I've just finally found, like, I've met and gathered all of my companions. So now I'm like picking who I'm gonna romance officially now. I'm like, who do I want to like continue my romancing with? It's a bit of a pickle because I just recruited someone and I didn't realize how charismatic she would be. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm romancing you and not the guy I thought I was going to romance. I'm not sure yet, though. I might just make her my really good best friend. We're not sure yet. And there's been like some characters have popped up from the older games that have had me screaming. I'm so happy. It's been great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, having a great time.
Do you think I'd like Dragon Age?
I think so. It's like combat, you can be as like specific in your attacks, or you can just button mash it if you want, whatever you prefer. Because I'm a button masher. I don't like doing combos or anything, so I'll just button mash. But you can like do specific things if you want. It is. You have like you make choices, so there's consequences by the end. You can romance people. There's a dog in the first one that you get. It's very fun. It's like very open world, but there's still a story that guides you. So it's like not for me. I'm getting used to like having more restrictions because Baldur's Gate 3 is very like you can do literally whatever. You can interact with whatever. You can talk to whoever. Whereas this is like almost like that, but with a few more rail guards of like you don't always talk to people or you can't look at everything. It'll tell you what you can look at. I think it's great. If you like fantasy, making choices, romancing, seeing some dragons.
Yeah.
It's really freaking good.
I'm in. You've sold me. I'm also realizing like a big part of games for me is like customization. I love to just customize the shit out of my character and like my house too. I think that's all I really like about The Sims. I don't want to play it. I just want to make cool and cool buildings and never play it beyond that.
Yeah. I think it starts in the 3rd Dragon Age. You can start to like customize the area that you're in, so you can like change the looks. And I think in this fourth one, I've been finding you can like customize some things as well, which is cute. But even character customization is so fun.
Yeah,
I love it. Huge fan.
I'm loving that. That's great.
Yeah, and what I love about the Dragon Age ones is that like your choices, you can carry your choices into the next game. Like it'll like have an effect throughout all of the games, which is like, I love it so much.
Ooh, okay, bet. Wow. Yes. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah,
I just love games.
games are great.
I think I really would love it if I could just be a video game tester and just make my living off that. I would love to just be the person where they're like, "Can you come play this game and tell us if it works?" And I'll be like, "Yeah," or like, "Do you like this or not?" And I'll be like, "No, yes." Like, I just want to do that. Is that real?
Have you watched Mythic Quest?
No.
It's on Apple TV. It's with Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny. It's his TV show, and it's about this company that makes video games, and so it's this like inner world of video game making. So in that, video game testers exist.
If anyone knows how I can get into that, I just want to be the person they call, be like, "I need you to play this game and tell me if it works and you like it." That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I rewatched the Animal Crossing, like when they first announced it on Nintendo Direct, because there's a very specific, they somehow built like the way their like incline looks next to a house. I just love that look, so I always go back to like watch it to be like, what does that look like again? I want to do that. And then I sit there being like, these are like the developers like playing the game to make for this trailer. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that. Like, I want to play it. And like, just like generate your content. I don't know.
Let me play your games.
Let me play your games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Have you ever thought of Twitch streaming?
I have. I just like, would I be fun to watch? I just don't know.
I think so. I'd watch it.
Though. Yeah, I've thought about it, I guess. Maybe it would be fun.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm excited once I have real internet to get back into streaming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to get my gaming computer out here and do it that way. I just don't know how to like ship it to here without it breaking.
Yeah.
To build a new one, which would kill me. But I'll do it if I gotta do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do we think? I'm kind of rambled out right now.
I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah. We rambled away.
Yay! This was fun.
This was fun. Yeah, I like just chatting sometimes, catching up,
Yeah.
pretending we're not doing a podcast.
I agree.
Cool. Where do you think we were?
Ooh, couch.
Yes, agree.
Just couch.
Couch. I love your little teddy bear, by the way, over there.
Oh, there he is.
He looks like the most perfect teddy bear.
He's the teddy bear I've had since I was a baby.
Oh, I have my where's my girly? I got my blankie from when I was a baby.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your teddy bear have a name?
Just Teddy or Teddy Bear, never Bear.
No, do not call me Bear.
Don't you dare call him Bear. It's Teddy or Teddy Bear.
I can't find my baby doll. Where is she?
I think I've decided that, like, if I get cremated, I want my teddy bear cremated with me just because he's been through literally my entire life with me, which makes me so emotional, where I'm like, he's literally seen everything in my life.
Yeah, that's so funny you say that. We're having our parallel experiences right now because I feel the same way about this little lady, Jenna.
Wow.
She's from cradle to grave.
Yeah, literally.
She used to be like in a different outfit, and then she's like you can see the old outfit underneath, kind of.
Wow.
And then she's just been so beaten up like over the years. My grandma re-sewed this like new outfit for her, and she made her like a hospital bracelet, like she was in the doll hospital. I'm so sad. Like now her like brains are like all her like stuffing is coming out of her head. So I gotta re-sew her to this outfit. And then she also made me like a sleeping bag to put her in so she wouldn't fall apart anymore.
That's cute.
Yeah, she's been a hell and back with me.
Oh yeah.
I used to take her on sleepovers. It's just
Aw.
like, I need you here.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's great.
love nostalgia.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, well, shall we be done?
Yes.
All right, well, tell us what you're up to right now. What games you playing? What things you watching? Am I right about Severance?
Yeah. Tell
Actually,
us.
don't tell me. Don't spoil anything. I don't want to know. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.